I've been reading a book. It's about 30 years old. It's by Slaikeu and Hasson, and it is got me worried, right? So the book is called Controlling the Costs of Conflict. And what it talks about is how organizations, public and private sector bodies, should be designing systems, processes, and upskilling their staff to ensure them against the inevitable cost of conflict when it occurs. And what the book talks about is that conflict is going to be a part of the job, whatever you do if you're working with other humans. There are ways you can design systems, ways you can upskill leadership, and ways you can prepare your organization to deal with this conflict early, constructively, and with a positive mindset. And the book mentions that most organizations fail to actually insure themselves against this risk. And rather than investing the resources in preventing the escalation of conflict, they end up spending the resources in dealing with escalated conflict. And for small businesses, because this could be the end of a business, and for larger businesses or government agencies, the real cost is the loss of good staff, the loss of good ideas, and the lack of progress in whatever the objectives of that organization is because of the conflict. The part that has me really alarmed is the first paragraph in the preface, which says, "We can picture the sons and daughters of today's business leaders looking back on the 20th century and asking their parents, did businesses really not prepare for conflict?" Right? Was there a time when all legal contracts did not have convening clauses for dispute resolution? Okay, so it goes on to say, was there really a time when organizations didn't plan for and default to collaborative dispute resolution methods and just waited for things to go wrong and then call in the lawyers? And this book, written 30 years ago, suggests that the sons and daughters of leaders from 30 years ago, who are probably us right now, would be thinking that we've made progress. Now, obviously, what's got me concerned is that I've been really busy over the past 12 months talking to a range of different organisations in all sorts of sectors who have spoken with me after conflict has escalated to a point where it's become quite expensive and painful to manage. And I've asked about things that they could have done previously, which they just didn't have the time for, the resources for, or the leadership support for. And it's made me realize that maybe we haven't come as far as we could have in the last 30 years. And maybe we need to keep having this conversation. So, in the link to this video is a longer blog article on this topic. It's also got references to the book and it's got some stats on the current cost of conflict, particularly in Australia. I'm really keen to hear your thoughts on this one and I look forward to speaking with you soon.